Welcome to Toy Story, where a kid named Andy is playing a bunch of games with his toys, takes his favorite one, a sheriff doll named Woody, downstairs to see his birthday decorations and goes back upstairs to get his sister who's annihilating Mr. Potato Head, leaves Woody and takes her to go downstairs, leaving the room clear for the toys to come to life. And not only are they living beings in this movie, they are also immortal. They also get great pride and joy out of getting played with by a kid. They all get up, Mr. Potato Head gets up more complete than we last saw him because, as you can see here, Andy's sister dislodged everything off of him, but whatever. Woody, who's also the leader of all these toys, calls for a staff meeting, makes a few announcements, one of them being that their plastic corrosion awareness meeting was a great success. Corrosion? The fuck? Plastic doesn't corrode, dumbass, it's not metal. Does he mean get weak and brittle? And that's called degrade, right? Use the right word, bitch. Doesn't matter. The last announcement is that Andy's birthday party has been moved up to today because the family's moving in a week and they want to get out of the way early. Everyone starts freaking out because whenever there's a gift-giving event taking place, they fear Andy might get a new toy that will replace them. So Woody mobilizes the troops and sends out little green soldiers with a walkie-talkie to do a recon mission downstairs to see what presents he's getting. They successfully make it down there, sneak into a houseplant undetected, and spy on Andy opening his presents, relaying this information back to the room. Thankfully, all the presents are nothing to worry about, mostly board games and lame shit like...
It appears to be. Okay, it's bed sheets.
Who invited that kid?
I know, right? All the gifts follow that general trend of being fucking AIDS, until the last one that looks like it could be something. The anticipation is killing anxiety-riddled Rex, which causes him to accidentally knock down their walkie-talkie, ejecting the battery so they don't hear what it is. And when they get it back together, all they hear is that all the kids are coming up to the room, so they need to get back to their positions pronto, which they do just in time. Kids come up, Andy knocks down Woody to set down this new unknown toy. Then the mom calls the kids back down, leaving room for the toys to investigate and welcome this new toy to the room. That turns out to be a Buzz Lightyear that clearly does not realize he's a toy, so Woody tries to explain to him that he is a toy, but he's like, I think the word you're looking for is Space Ranger. No, actually, I think the word I'm looking for is Space Retard, and FYI, these are two separate words. Senior Space Retard. The rest are too baffled by all of Buzz's gizmos and gadgets. Woody's like, guys, he can't actually do any of that shit. He can't shoot lasers, he can't fly. Yes, I can, he says as he pops open his wings. Woody challenges him to prove it, so he goes, I can fly around this place with my eyes shut, and jumps off the bed onto a ball, slides on some Hot Wheel ramps, closes his eyes, and accidentally lodges himself onto a toy plane attached to the ceiling, spins around a bit, gets off, and lands directly in front of Woody. Everyone is impressed except for him because he knows it was all bullshit. By the way, is this a common occurrence where a toy doesn't know it's a toy when it's new? Having watched the sequels, I'm pretty sure it's only exclusive to Buzz and his line of toys, but still, why him? Also, I'm sure many people asked this question for years, but I'm gonna ask it again anyway, cause fuck you. If Butt Shit Ear really doesn't think he's a toy, then why in the hell does he play dead in the presence of humans? Doesn't matter. Woody gets jealous and fears that he might be Andy's new favorite toy, and as the week goes on, that has proved to be the case with Andy favoring Buzz and participating in Buzz Lightyear themed consumerism. All the other toys start liking him as well. Woody eventually gets jealous enough to confront Butt Fuck Ear and tell him to stay away from Andy. Like, he's mine and no one's gonna take that away from me. I'm pretty sure that's up to Andy to decide that, but okay. They have a little argument, but it gets interrupted by the news that the neighbor's menace to society psychopath child is back early from summer camp, and he's back at it again with the white vans. JK, dead meme. He's back at it again, blowing up helpless toys. Then we cut to a few days before the family moves, where the mom is gonna take the kids out to Pizza Planet and will allow Andy to bring one toy along with him. So Woody comes up with a dastardly plan to make Buzz temporarily disappear by ramming him in the ass with his RC car and dropping him between the desk and the wall. If he's making the RC car do stuff against his will, isn't that rape? Or like mind rape? I think I'm using the wrong word here, but you get what I mean, right? Anyway, Buzz notices this and takes evasive action, but Woody accidentally sets off a chain reaction that knocks him out of the window. He Wilhelm screams down into a bush. The rest of the toys come to see what happened. The RC snitches on Woody. He tries to explain that he didn't mean to do that, it was an accident, but they're like, you're a murderer. Grab his dick and twist it. What if he starts playing with me more, huh? You're gonna kill me too? Yo, dick twist. They start to attack him, but then Andy comes in to grab Buzz because they have to get going, but doesn't find him, so he settles for Woody. The familia hops on the car. Headlight Deer emerges from the bushes and sees them leave, so he hops onto the car while the rest attempt to rescue him after they leave, thinking he's still down there. The family makes it to a gas station and gets out, leaving Woody a moment to think of a way to prove that he didn't mean to hurt Buzz that much, only a little bit. Then Buzz drops into the sunroof and he's like, oh, thank God you're alive. Buzz is like, gonna beat your ass, gay boy. Hey, I'm not the one that got their movie banned in multiple countries for being too gay, but like queer. Alright, that's it. The bug juice disappears off Lightyear's visor between shots and they get at each other's throats. The fight gets taken outside underneath the car when the fam comes back and drives off, leaving them lost toys. Then a truck pulls in, Buzz runs away while Woody plays possum and almost gets run over by the big ass tires. Hold on a second, those are the rear tires. How do you not get run over by the front ones first? The fuck? Whatever. They start blaming each other for the situation they're in, pointing names and naming fingers. Buzz still thinks he's on a mission from Star Command while all Woody wants to do is get home, hits him with the classic, you are a toy, then sees a Pizza Planet delivery truck pull up and convinces Buzz to get in it, saying that's his spaceship that'll take him to a spaceport where they can find their way home from there. Chode Lightyear rides up front like a dumbass, but gets away with it thanks to a stack of pizzas, while Woody rides in the back. They get to Pizza Planet, which is also an arcade, pull a Metal Gear Solid and sneak in there. Woody spots Andy and his family, prepares to hop in his sister's stroller, but Buzz Lightyear sees a claw machine dressed up in a spaceship costume and jumps in. Woody can't go home without him, so he follows him in and sees that Psycho Kid Sid is here and wants to use the claw machine, so he hides Buzz. Kid wins one of those NPC alien toys which reveals Buzz behind it, so he goes for him next while Woody Woody tries to escape with him through the back hatch and ends up having a tug of war between him and the claw machine, which is possibly the most unrealistic thing in this movie. Having a claw machine work that well twice in a row, that's horseshit. You know, that crap's apparently programmed to give you the full 0.3 newtons of grabbing force only once every 30 tries or some shit. Fucking scam, dog. Anyway, Woody loses but keeps holding on to buttfuck McGee, giving Sid double prizes. The mentally unstable child goes back home and lets his dog use the NPC alien as a chew toy, bullies his little sister and steals her doll, puts it in a vice and is like, I'm gonna give this thing a real vagina. JK, he just rips his head off and replaces it with a dino head, which is still a better fate than becoming a woman, to be honest. Kid leaves to stop his sister from complaining to their birth givers, and after witnessing the horrors his child performs, Woody tries to escape, but the door is locked. He then meets all the other Frankenstein abomination toys Sid made, coming out of hiding and grabbing the headless doll and dino. He shoots his pants and goes back up to Buzz. They both hide in Sid's bag while Andy and co return home, and the rest of Andy's toys hear him say that he can't find Woody anymore. They're like good riddance, and we cut the next day with Sid playing really rough with Woody, almost burning through his forehead with a magnifying glass. Then his mom calls him over to have some Pop-Tarts. Woody checks the damage, turns out he's been turned to an Indian, but then he notices that the door is open, so he tries to make a break for it with Buzz, once again mind ripping another toy and forcing Buzz to do a built-in karate chop action to protect them from all of Sid's hellish toy creations as they escape. This one's a hooker, by the way. I get that now as a grown-up. Anyway, Scott the dog is sleeping on the stairs, so they have to find a different way out. As they do that, Woody's string accidentally gets caught on something and plays one of his voice lines, which wakes up the doggy. So they hide from it in different rooms, Woody in the storage closet and Buzz in the room where the father is napping in front of the TV. Scott leaves him alone and Buzz sees an advertisement of himself on TV. His reality gets fucking obliterated. He breaks out of the Matrix and finally realizes that he is actually a toy. Tries to fly out of the stairwell window in an attempt to hang on to any semblance of hope that he isn't, but he drops like a hammer and his arm comes off in the fall, so he lays there helpless and depressed till Sid's little sister Hannah sees him and picks him up to go play tea party with him. Woody becomes a homosexual, get it, because he came out of the closet, sees Buzz in the fancy state that he's in, so he pretends to be Hannah's mom and calls for her to lure her out of the room, which makes me ask how the fuck they didn't get caught before. He didn't even speak much louder than he was speaking pretty much the same volume many times before, with humans being even closer. Doesn't matter. Woody finds out that Buzz is super depresso espresso. That's not sure, by the way. You can buy it. Link in the description. He tries to snap him out of it while he realizes that they can escape through the window of Sid's room. So he takes these Christmas lights that keep disappearing between shots. That's right, movie. I noticed. Goes to the window and calls for his friends in Andy's room. Throws them the lights, but they refuse to continue helping until he shows them proof that Buzz is alive. Buzz, however, is dead inside and is too sad to come up and prove that he is physically alive. So they let go of the lights and leave. The Frankenstein toys start to surround Butthead. Woody tries to protect him, thinking they're cannibals, but it turns out they're good people and are actually reattaching his arm to fix him up. Seeing that they also fixed up the decapitated doll and dino that Sid fucked up earlier, he apologizes to them for being such a judgmental little bitch, but they run away because Sid's coming back. He tries to hide Buzz, but once again, homie too sad to do anything, like, I wanna die. Come on, man. No, I wanna die. Fine, die, you fat bitch. He ditches him and hides in a crate. Sid comes in with a package. It's a brand new massive firework that he wants to strap to Woody and blow him up, but he can't find him, so he settles for Buzz. Unwittingly sets a toolbox on top of Woody, trapping him in his crate, then tapes that rocket to Buzz, ready to send the space soldier back into orbit, but sees that it's raining outside, so he decides to postpone Buzz's suicide mission to tomorrow. Holy shit, talk about a fire hazard. That's worse than the Wreck-It Ralph one. And I guess the fireworks that aren't suitable for children are even worse than that, actually. Man, Sid's parents must be a couple of neglectful, drunk idiots. Anyway, when the kid sleeps, Woody tries to get Buzz to help him out of the crate. The space fuckwit is still too depressed to do anything though, like, what's the point? I'm just a toy, who cares? Andy cares, bitch, telling him that being a toy is way more important than being a space dude, because as a toy, you get to bring pure glee and joy to your child. Tells him that Andy thinks he's the best, loves him, and needs him because he's a super cool toy, even better than him, which depresses him now. But that speech did spark meaning and purpose into Mr. Light Queer again, and he starts trying to free Woody by pushing the toolbox off of him. The sun comes out and a moving truck pulls up. They realize that it's moving day, so time is of the essence, and Woody starts pushing the crate with him in the same direction as well, so he pops out from underneath when it gets to the edge of the table. Buzz doesn't realize this, however, and keeps pushing, accidentally dumping the toolbox onto him. Then Sid's alarm wakes him up and he wastes no time getting back to his mentally deranged pyromaniac activities, takes Buzz and runs out. Woody tries to follow him, but the dog gets in his way, so he asks the Frankenstein toys for their help. They agree, and he comes up with an elaborate plan to knock on the front door, lure the dog out, and get Hannah to lock him outside, while the rest make it out to the backyard, at which point they're gonna break the no showing humans that you're alive rule and scare the fecal matter out of Sid. They put it into motion and it all goes to plan. Once they get outside to Sid, he sees Woody, doesn't think much of his sudden appearance, and throws him out of the grill with a matchstick in his gun holster, then gets back to blowing up Buzz, but Woody starts playing voice lines without the string being pulled, which attracts the attention of Sid. He starts going off script, addressing Sid by his full name, like, you better stop blowing us up, Sid fucklips, because we can see everything. We know you like to lick the space between your toes, who your crush is, and what kind of weird porn you watch, you sick fuck, so you better take care of us or there will be consequences. While he's saying all that, all the fucked up toys rise up from the background and approach Sid to scare him. He pisses himself and runs away. Woody frees Buzz, and they thank Sid's toys as they run over to Andy because he's driving away with his family. They can't catch up to the car, but they can't catch up to the moving truck. Buzz gets on first, but Woody's a slow piece of shit, which allows Scud, who saw them running, to catch up to them and grab onto him as he hangs onto this rope. So Buzz sacrifices himself and jumps onto Scud to fight him. Ends up hiding underneath a car that the dog totally can fall him under, but doesn't. Thankfully, the truck stops at a light. Woody's tiny toy frame is somehow able to open up the back of it. Keeps searching through the boxes of Andy's toys till he finds the RC car. Now wait a minute, this is how the other toys respond to the box being opened?
Ow, are we there already? What?
Seriously? Are they fucking stupid? For all I know, this could be a human opening the box. Dickheads, mate. Whatever, he dumps the RC car car out to go save Buzz with it. However, the other toys don't see it that way and think he's trying to get rid of yet another toy. So they attack him as RC picks up Buzz. Woody tries to explain to them what's happening as they beat him up in funny cartoonish ways that translate the movement to the RC car, which makes no sense at all because that's not how that works. But whatever, 90s animated kids movie, who cares? Yes, I said 90s, you're old, get over it. By some stroke of luck, RC makes it past this intersection and Scott gets trapped between a bunch of cars that all crash into each other, even though I'm also pretty sure that he can jump over the hoods of these cars. But anyway, the toys dump Woody out of the truck, but he just gets on RC with Buzz, gives the car full beans to catch up with the truck. Little binoculars dude sees them coming up. They realize Woody's telling the truth, so they decide to help lower the truck fucking loading platform thing and send out Slink to lend a hand. Woody grabs onto him, but at that point RC starts running out of steam. Slink stretches as far as he can go and then bounces back into the truck. Pretty sure Slink is fucked for life now because he definitely got stretched beyond his limit of elasticity. RC doesn't have the ass to continue and runs out of battery, leaving them stranded, but they get the idea to light the rocket with Woody's match so it can propel them forward. They light the match using RC's tire, which is not a thing in real life by the way, and I was really disappointed when I found that out as a kid. Anyway, a passing car blows that match out. Not all hope is lost though, because Woody realizes that Buzz's visor is acting like a magnifying glass, so he uses the unmatched power of the sun to light the rocket. They take off and mock Jesus and actually lift off the ground, catch up to the truck. Woody throws RC in there while Buzz takes him up high, extends his wings, cutting the firework off of him, which immediately blows up, while they glide down to the Fam Bam's car, dropping through the sunroof into Andy's fucking carry-on box of shit, I guess you can call it. And he goes, "Hey, I found Woody and Buzz." Really? He can't tell he didn't pack that shit? Retard. Whatever. They move into a new house, Woody gets laid, and they spy on Christmas gift giving where Buzz fears getting replaced, Mr. Potato Head gets a wife, and Andy gets a fucking dog. This movie gets 81 Rottweilers out of 321 Shiba Inus.